Alright, what up YouTube? NuggetsHoopster here. Coming back at you guys with the deck of the month November. I haven't put up any videos for the past two locals that I've had because I've been busy with basketball and school and stuff, so kind of had to put my priorities like school and stuff ahead of Yu-Gi-Oh, because basketball is really more important than Yu-Gi-Oh. Just been busy with that kind of stuff. But I figured I'd give you guys a deck of the month for November because I haven't really done one in a while. But this is the deck that I guess like the most out of all the decks that I've tried this format. I finally got the Vayus to put in this deck and work out, but I'm still missing a couple cards, but nothing big or anything like that. So, Blackwings have been a pretty popular deck. Like, a lot of people have liked to run them, and I've seen a lot of different builds on them, and I've gathered up a lot of information just about, like, why people run certain cards, and I've kind of put everything that I've seen pretty much into, like, one build. The main deck isn't, it's a little bit different, but it's not anything crazy or anything like that, so don't expect something really innovative or something like that. But there are a few card choices that I think that are not standard, but they make they're very important at this deck just because of how like a couple cards can make a whole deck change, which I think is very true about decks. Like, if you change a couple cards, then it can change the whole way that your deck runs. So yeah. Anyway, I guess I'll just start off with the deck now. Alright, so the first three Siroccos. Besides the fact that this searches every single card in your deck besides itself, like if you're Blackwing off Whirlwind, which is the one reason why it's amazing. The reason is it's really good in the mirror match, and it's that 5-star that you need for Vayu to make Armed Wing. So I think you really got to run three. Three Shura. I think you got to run three of these two. It's just way too good. It's a big monster. Lets you pull out Vayu when you kill something, or you can pull out a Gale or something like that. So I like Shura. Next, you got three Boras. Bora is Bora. It's mostly in there for the Whirlwind, because you could summon him and search a Kalut or search a Gale. So it's pretty good for that, and it's sometimes good with OTKs. With like these two guys, you can summon special, put a bunch of points on him, attack, and then Kalut, and I don't know. There's just some cool combos that you can do with it. And he's a monster to bring up with Blizzard. That's pretty good. Three Kalut. Gotta run three. I don't know why you wouldn't run three. It's too good of a card. It can help you set up for OTKs. Because unlike Honest, you can use it when you're just like attacking like a clear field. So you can put a bunch of like attack on a Bora or any blocking monster like I was saying. Then you can drop a bunch of Kaluts to go for game. So Kalut's really good. Next, two Blizzards. These just help you synchro in a pinch. Now that Catastor's out, you can bring out Kalut off this guy and synchro into Catastor and then run over Lightsworn and stuff. So it's actually a lot better now. And also you can bring out Shura or Shura or Bora, synchro into Brianak, and do some weird OTK combos like with that. So Blizzard's really good. Also, you can search a Vayu off a Whirlwind with it. One Gale. Gale is absolutely amazing. There's a reason why it's limited, so you gotta run it. Two Vayu. Vayu just helps make this deck have more answers to stuff. When you're down low on cards, Vayu is that card that will help you get out of a situation because of these two together. You can just make a big beat stick that's just helpful for doing stuff. Grepher. Grepher sets up combos with this and Vayu, because you can summon this, ditch a Vayu, or ditch a Sirocco and send a Vayu or a Sirocco and go into an Armed Wing. Also sets up OTKs with Dark Armed and stuff and just makes the deck faster. Gorz. Gorz is absolutely amazing in this format. I actually think it's one of the best cards in this format, just because of how it can change tempos so much more than it could last format. And even if you're playing against a deck that maybe you might have an answer to this, you're still making them use cards on it. And even if it doesn't really do as much as you hope it, like you want it to do for you, it's still +1. And I think why wouldn't you run a card that gives you an automatic +1 when you play it? So even though you run Whirlwind and stuff, you can really play around it. I never really realized how much you can play around it, just because I think that if you're just skilled enough to know not to, I don't know, set oppressions and stuff like that when you don't need to, that you can really make use of this card really well in Blackwings. And then finally, Dark Armed. Gotta play Dark Armed. It's really good. Pretty much it. Alright, spells. 3 Black Whirlwind. I think Black Whirlwind's the reason why Blackwings are so good. Just because of how much advantage it gives you. And how it makes really good combos with Blackwings and stuff. 2 Allure. Draw power. Gotta run it. 1 Book of Moon. I kind of took this from Caesar, because Caesar Gonzalez had a Blackwing deck, and he showed his deck, and he was only running 1 book. So, I really, respect Caesar, and, I think he's really good and stuff. And I also kind of had my own thoughts about book, just in general. I don't think book is really that great this format as it was last format, because of cards like Icarus Attack, and cards like Necrogardna. Because against Lightsworn, if you book their monster and you attack, they can Garden it, and they'll flip their monster back up next turn. So your book was pretty much a -1. And against Blackwings, if you book their monster, they can just still Icarus Attack their face down, and then your book's a -1 again. So book is really good, don't get me wrong, but I just think in the current state of the game, it probably isn't the best choice, so I'm only running 1. Then staples, heavy, mystical, and then brain. Onto the traps, 3 Icarus Attack. I was only running 2, but then I realized that this card is just absolutely way too good not to run more. Just not to run 3 of. Because it makes your dead hands good, it makes your Vayus in your hand actually do something, and it just is way too good not to run. Double Bottomless, gotta run it. Dustshoot, this is a controlled deck, so I think Dustshoot's a really good card in general, and it fits into some decks, and I think this version is where Dustshoot can be used very well. 1 Dust. I got this from Caesar too. This one I didn't really have any thoughts on before, but I've determined that this is a lot better than Giant Trinade, because Giant Trinade is absolutely terrible against Blackwings in my opinion, because you just put their Whirlwind back into the hand and they just play it next turn. Whereas Dust, you can actually just dust their Whirlwind and get rid of it. And against Lightsworn, you can end phase Dust their Beckoning. And Trinade is absolutely terrible against Lightsworn too. So I like Dust. Double Oppression. You got it. I don't know. Oppression's really good. It's just a way to stop against JD and just keep you in control of the game. And works well with Vayu, because Vayu gets around Oppression, so Oppression's good. Solemn, good to protect Oppression, and this is a control deck, so Solemn's a very control-oriented card, and I just think Solemn's good. Mirror Force, staple, and Torrential staple. So that was the deck. I don't think that it's really necessary to show the extra deck or anything, because it's pretty much just standard stuff. But yeah, that was the main deck, and yeah, this is the deck I'm playing right now. I like this over Lightsworn because I feel like this deck is a little bit more consistent than Lightsworn. Lightsworn can open absolutely Jesus, and this deck can open absolutely Jesus too. And I think any deck can open Jesus. So, just because of the fact you have 3 Whirlwinds in this deck, and Whirlwind's just an automatic +1, pretty much as long as you get your monster off, it's a +1. And Lightsworn has their charge and stuff, but pretty much as long as they don't sack you and mill wolves and mill wolves off Garrus, pretty much you're just milling and drawing a couple cards at a time, but Whirlwind I think is just too good of a card. And then I like it over zombies just because, I don't know, zombies aren't really that proven yet. I mean, zombies are pretty good, and I ran them for a while, but they got some bad hands as well. So this is I just think is a really consistent deck, and I like it. So just thought I'd show it to you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, ask. I am willing to answer any questions or anything like that. And if you have any constructive criticism, please let me know. And hope you guys have a good Thanksgiving and stay safe. Peace, guys.